What's up, pit crew?
We around.
Welcome
We
back
around.
to the 50th episode of the normal episodes of the Pit Podcast.
How do you feel?
We around.
We around.
We around.
We around.
We around.
I think our next episode we're going to get our wings and light fire.
That's a good one. You see what he did there?
Wings of fire.
Wings of Fire.
Yeah.
51, baby.
Okay.
Wings of Fire.
Oh. All right. What do we got for today? How are you guys? It's been a while since I've been here.
Yeah, Jason, what's
I
up?
like
Welcome
what
back,
you've done with the
Jason.
place.
You like our floppy?
Yeah, it's cool floppy. It's
Yeah.
cool floppy. There was a big crew to help us get that. Yeah.
The whole rescue mission and everything.
Yeah, whole rescue
Yeah,
that was
mission. We
crazy.
successfully rescued the floppy.
Yep. Choppers involved too.
It was a difficult mission, but it got pulled off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you to everybody involved with that mission. Team Rubicon.
And sorry for everyone we lost.
Yep.
So, states. All right. So we're recording this.
No. Tell us about you. What have you been up to?
I've been at States.
How was
Been in
States?
States for how long were you at States?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
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 No, sorry. It's just you know how I get with States. Especially.
How was the Dean's List launch? Better?
You mean the first leadership award lunch?
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You want to know what
yeah.
happened?
Yeah. How,
Okay,
Was it improvement?
so-
Improvement? Better?
Last year at States, if you tried to go to lunch on Thursday, you would have been stopped by SVSU employees
Yep. There was a whole reel about
and
it. Check it out
told
here.
to
Bam.
go outside the building
And around.
and around to get to the lunchroom because the first leadership award was doing a little powwow there in the hallway
Mm-hmm.
that you use to get to the lunchroom. And I'm like, that's kind of crazy to tell people to go outside.
Yeah.
And around.
I was like, what if it's raining?
Hmm.
And boy, oh boy,
Lo and behold,
lo and behold,
this year,
same thing.
and it was raining.
I was like, there's no way they're gonna figure something out. There's no way they can do that again. Like, that'd be insane. And lo and behold, same thing. And better yet, it's raining.
It's raining.
It is raining cats and dogs.
It kind of was, yeah. It was hefty rain. We around.
I really couldn't do anything but just laugh at how comical it was.
Maybe it was karma.
Maybe it was.
Maybe it was karma for you. The universe was like, I'm gonna make him suffer again.
Yeah. Well, I was at SVSU for state, so I'm already suffering.
Yeah. But your team managed to pull out a division finalist on Hemi-Semi.
Yeah, hemi-semi.
So that was cool.
Yeah. No one.
You guys expect to make it that far?
No one expected the upper bracket sweep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my second team, Zebratics, wasn't there, competing with the robot. We still held them in our hearts.
Yeah.
How are you, Ian?
How am I? I am just about finally getting over the as I call it, the States flu, you know. But
So
it was
you got me sick.
probably.
I'm joking.
But no,
Joking.
it was a good States. We were over on I was over on the consumer field,
Hemi-semi. Oh, you were
Reffing. And it was a lot of fun. Got to work with some people on the crew and on the field that I hadn't worked with in a while, which I think is always kind of the beauty of States too, from a volunteering perspective. I mean, I'm sure for the teams too, but especially for volunteers, you see people maybe sometimes you only see once a year. So it was nice to
And
get to do
sometimes
that.
that's a good thing.
Yeah, sometimes you're glad to
Sometimes-
see people just once a year. That's
Sometimes.
true.
That's a great
Thankfully,
thing.
not too many cases of that, but
Sometimes you're thankful for that. You're like, hey, they're cool, but one time is enough.
And yeah, obviously the team was over with you on Hemi-Semi, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Next to us in
And,
the pits.
oh yeah,
Got to get pretty close with them.
So
We bonded over our shared Ian Barber experiences.
Oh yeah, how was that?
I doubt that.
Yeah,
Well, it's
Yeah?
challenging.
you can go ask him.
Uh,
Any 818 kids, please leave a comment on your shared Ian Barber experiences.
oh gosh. Well, that's enough about me. Nate, what about you?
Yep, I was on the go to DTE field. It was fun. Just like you were saying, Ian, got to work with new people I've never worked with before. Got to work with people I've worked with before. Good stuff. A lot of great teams, of course, on that field. So I was locked in for a lot of it. Hardest event I've reffed for sure. The G415 and 416 rule changes helped a lot because now we're just watching for damage and pins for the most part. But it was good. Great time. Good stuff. Great food this time. Good tacos, pasta, chicken.
Sure.
I will say that the few times I did volunteer, the food was good at States.
Food was good. Food was good.
But volunteering at States has never been an issue. I mean, that is the best way to experience States is to volunteer.
Yeah. They had candy.
It's a lot
mints,
easier to get around the venue, right, Jason?
water. Yeah, that too, man. Oof, God.
The noodle. We'll finish up.
That's about it. Yeah. What were you gonna say? The noodler?
The noodle people were much better this year.
Yeah, I didn't see too many of them.
It was.
Are they going extinct? Do we just send
I
Lindsay
mean-
back out there for them?
Okay, so there needs to be. Look, I'm not saying what they're doing is bad. It's just how they're doing it is bad.
Sure.
It's like it's
don't
like
smack
this is
people
them.
with
They're like, this is them. Oh, is that a robot? Is that a robot 2 miles away? Everyone stop! Everyone stop! There's a robot coming! Hey, you gotta stop! There's a robot coming!
I like how the beast.
And then 20 minutes later, when the robot passes, they go, all right, you guys can go.
Yeah, they do seem like they're very liberal with their stoppages of traffic.
Here's what I'm saying is that they're just you can make the robots wait 30 seconds.
Sure, yeah. Absolutely.
It's just you see have you seen the line that generates on the semi field of just people? It literally stretches
waiting.
halfway into the bleachers.
Yeah. That's pretty
waiting
rough.
to just cross.
Yeah.
It is insane. And of course, the noodle people have their noodles down for like 10 minutes at a time.
You know what? They just like in F1 or other racing tracks, they should make a bridge to go over that, so the robots go underneath and the pedestrians can walk over the bridge.
You know, that might be the most innovative solution I've heard to this problem yet.
That's Pit
Or-
Podcast for you, baby.
Better yet, just split the path. You can do it 2/3 and a third. Just give people a little space
just
to
let
walk.
people walk down that side. Yeah, it saves money. Yeah.
But shout out to the Foley Freeze for keeping me hydrated once
Yeah,
again.
dude, they had
Yep.
so much water.
The goats,
So much
the-
water.
undisputed goats of States for the past at least 4 years. 9-10 Foley Freeze.
They bring the water.
They bring the water.
They bring the freeze.
They bring
Fully
the freeze.
flared. Still waiting for the lighters to come, but I'll hold out.
I think that we had the lighters on DTE. Nate, do you want to tell
Oh,
us
you
a
did?
little about anything you saw on DTE?
I didn't see any fire. I did not see any fire. Just a lot of smoke.
Just a lot of smoke.
A lot of smoke. First one was Shambots or Shambites, I think, and that was on opposite of the field, away from me. I think I saw it first before I smelled it, and it was just some smoke, and then somebody hit the e-stop, fire extinguisher blanket, blah blah blah. Got him. That was
Got
on
him.
Yeah,
Thursday.
that was the first day. And then there was
got 'em.
another one the
start.
second day, right?
Yeah, and then on Friday, earlier in the morning, Trobots Same thing. More smoke this time, and they started in front of me. Well, sorry, they were in front of me when I thought I saw like some cloudy air and stuff, and then they drove to the other side of the field, and that's when they started puffing up a lot. And then same thing. E-stop, blanket. And then they won the state champs.
Yeah.
Incredible. You too, your robot could catch fire and be state champions. No, they're a good robot. They had a cool design, great robot, good team. Funny enough, so the match that they caught fire. Shambots or Shambites, the other robot that caught fire, was on their alliance in that match.
Oh, so it's like
It was like you pass the torch
spread
like
it.
physically.
Contagious.
Contagious. Yep. Brought to you by the Foley Flare. All right.
All right.
All right.
So
What else we got about Saginaw?
So-
Saginaw Valley State University.
I know we recorded our episode previewing states, like basically before even Fenton was over, so we didn't know division assignments. I think we should talk a little about, I don't know about you guys, but the second, well, I'm not going to lie, I just looked at stat box because like I said in our last episode, I feel like EPA was kind of a decent-ish metric this year compared to what it can be in other years. And I was like, oh, the top two in the state by a wide margin are on a field together. I wonder how this is going to play out. And sure enough, Rush and the crew kind of just wrecked everybody and even flirted with some world records. I don't think they broke one, but they
they broke the playoff record, world record. I remember somebody saying, but not the
overall.
Yeah, I think. I think that's what it was.
Sorry, whoever put those two teams on the field together. Didn't happen.
Dude, the match when Rush and crew were playing against each other, though, insane.
That must have been something to
so
watch.
crazy, dude. My God. Back and forth. Lost by 1 point. The crew did. Insane.
Ball.
Great match, yeah. But
So, I mean, everyone knew that was just. How do you
unfair.
Nothing about it is unfair. It's just that, like, how do you feel knowing that, like, oh, Russian crew are gonna win it? I mean, I guess it's like,
You're the only one with a team, so how'd that make you feel?
oh well, we weren't competing on FIMstein, so it didn't really matter to us. But I mean, like, everyone's been there. We're at a competition. You're like, okay, well, everyone knows this team's gonna win, so we're just basically competing for second place. So I guess that's just what it is. It's the Max Verstappen effect. You're just competing for second place.
You're competing for the chance that somebody breaks, I guess, because that's really the only thing you can do, right? Somebody breaks or chokes or falls apart, yellow card, red card, whatever.
It's a real Camp Rock versus Camp Star moment.
Well, there were some cards on FIMstein, actually. It could have got a little more interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama on FIMstein. You want to talk about that? FIMstein block?
Yeah, we can talk about a couple different. I mean, FIMstein sounds like in general it was kind of chaos. Obviously, none of us were volunteering on it, so this is all our
Thank God, don't want to
perspective.
touch that stuff.
Yeah. But definitely we had. And maybe we'll talk about this a little bit more later because I think this might be one of the clearest cut examples that maybe led to this rule change. Not the only example, but we had, and I forget who it was because I'm not good at my memory, but one of the alliances facing that DTE alliance sent a robot in auto to block the crew from getting out to get their fuel from midfield.
Oh, that was Aptive.
That was Aptive. Yeah.
So I remember some of the Robo Jackets mentors, awesome guys. One of the guys was speaking to somebody on software, I think, and he's like, "Hey, so and so, can you prepare that special auto?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So they're excited when it worked. I think. I'm not sure if what they did do was what they wanted it to do. You know what I mean? But they seemed excited.
Yeah, and worth noting, just to put a frame on just how overpowered that DTE alliance was, that still wasn't enough to
stop them.
Stop them.
They still won auto,
so,
right?
I think they still won auto and obviously
Crazy.
crushed it in the match. But
So you run across the field, stop yourself in the trench, and just eat the 15 penalty points.
That seems like that may have been what allegedly happened.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but I can't do that anymore.
can't do that anymore. We'll talk about
Jason, what do you think about that? You like chaotic stuff. That was pretty chaotic, huh?
I'm a fan.
sounds like something Clinton would cook up. From
That does
23,
sound like a
37.
Clint move.
Order 66. God, awesome, Clint.
No,
R.I.P..
I like that. I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. If there's no rule against it.
Yeah, which there's now. So
Which there is now.
yeah.
Hey, that's the best kind of rule. The rule that's created because of you.
In some cases.
That's the best kind of rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't think there was any surprises on FIMstein aside, like who would win wise,
I was actually okay. Well, I guess I'm only surprised in name by Strikeforce. I wasn't really too familiar with the robot this year. I just knew it wasn't. I knew it was a turret, and that surprised me.
Yeah.
And then the first time I really saw Strikeforce play was on FIMstein, and I was a little underwhelmed.
Well, they actually said they were going for a double turret in their initial design, but they couldn't figure out this, or they moved away from like the double turret and the double spindexer or something to just one, and getting a faster rate of fire. So,
I mean, I guess, and that just led to, I was surprised, they got 2-0'd.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think in fairness to that Consumers Alliance, I really felt like watching having semi-active and consumers all, it feels like any of them could have gone in any 3 order just depending on specific small things that happened within a match, right? They all seemed like they were really solid alliances, but none of them had a chance unless DTE started pulling some cards.
Hemi beat the
Consumers.
Consumers, which was Strikeforce?
No, Consumers was Wayland Wildcats at 60-90 and Strikeforce.
Yep.
They beat Consumers, and then they lost to Aptive, which was Strike Zone Rebel Jackets. But they lost because their auto messed up. I don't know if they selected the wrong auto or something, but their auto was not working right. So they lost an auto, and then they couldn't make up the difference. So, yeah, we'll never know what will happen with the Aptive versus Hemi-Semi.
At this point, how do you feel about the auto thing? Do you think it even matters anymore who wins and loses auto?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you got to win auto. Yes.
I kind of disagree.
Do you think so?
I just feel like you can always come back in the last 30 seconds.
I think what I've noticed over the course of time, I mean, the numbers don't lie in that. I actually didn't look at the week 7 numbers on it, but at least in our last episode, it was 75% of the time if you were winning auto, you were winning the match.
Really?
But
yeah.
I feel like that might be more of a correlation than causation than I originally did. Because obviously if you're winning auto, you probably have the better robots. If you have the better robots and lose auto, I feel like it is possible to come back. I do think you get a little bit of an edge having just like the transition shift 10-second and then time to prep and try to starve the other alliance and everything. But like you said, even if you're on that first and third shift, well, then that last 25-second off shift, you're just prepping for the end game. It's not like you're climbing in the end game. That's just a whole nother shift.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of like getting that break first or getting the 55-second at once at the end. And when you have 55 seconds, you're running out of fuel. So you kind of have to take an off shift anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just didn't seem as important.
We also got really spoiled with states, right? A lot of good teams at states who are able to shoot a significant amount of balls in that transition period and in end game and stuff. That might not have mattered, right?
The transition period is super important.
Yeah, when we go back to off season, everybody's gonna be going back to like floundering around and not knowing what to do during that transition period, right? Like we were spoiled with how high of a bar it was at states, and we might see that fall a little bit when we go to champs because there'll be teams from everywhere, of course, from regionals and stuff, and
we'll go back to the auto win being much more important.
Yeah.
We did see a couple more climbs though, a little bit more, and then people said, "Nah, not worth it, fam."
6 ranking point game.
Yeah, we had one of those. I know I seen 818 and 123 over on Hemi Semi pulled off a traversal ranking point match. That was when I had been able to wander over during my break to watch from afar.
And you didn't get offed by the noodle people?
Well, he was wearing a ref shirt.
Within the bounds where the noodle people can't get me. Yeah.
They can always get you in.
They could always
right when you're least expecting.
Now.
What about? Well, let's talk a little about climbing, maybe in ranking points, because Team Update 22, the final team update of the rebuild presented by the Gene Haas Foundation, has dropped.
No, you're right.
What's so funny?
I love Gene Haas Foundation.
You know?
I do. Yeah, me too. They sponsor us now, so it's great.
They definitely support first. All right. So ranking point thresholds updated. I feel like that might be the easier one to talk about first. So for the World Championship, the energized threshold is now 360, which was the previous supercharged threshold for all the rest of the regular season. And then supercharged is up to 500. And of course, the traversal ranking point, apparently the GDC did not really like Pit Podcast's suggestion. It's sticking at 50 points from that traversal ranking point. They didn't drop it. But they also didn't raise it, which makes sense because no one goes for that ranking point anyway.
Can you imagine if they raised it?
They should have made it 51.
Yeah. That was so funny.
But kind of like we talked about last week, right? When they raised the energized to 240 for the district championships, I was like, okay, look at the playoff matches the last 2 weeks. It was like a 240 fuel average, these playoff alliances, which you figured being a district champ would hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, week 7, which was mostly district champs, I think there were a handful of regionals as well, but the average playoff fuel per alliance was 391.7. So
Not bad.
for Worlds, they're setting that energized a little bit below that, which makes sense because I think there is a lot of regionals maybe, or, I think 390, not only is it not really a clean number, but maybe it's just a little too high because there's a lot of disparity on the field in Worlds in terms of strength of schedule. But then the supercharged going up to 500 as well. I think it all just makes sense to raise the bar.
I think that's all very fair. 500. I mean, it's supposed to be hard to obtain these, right?
Mm.
And it's not like 2023 where every match you'd hear, and we got a unicorn match, 6 ranking points.
Yep,
every
true.
single match, by the way. No,
Facts.
I like it when they make ranking points hard to get.
Yeah, it shouldn't be anything you can do
Every
solo,
single match.
right? Like I can see, energized, maybe some teams can do solo, but you always, I think, want supercharged to be like you need multiple teams on that alliance because that's how you differentiate, who's lucking out with their teammates and getting ranking points and who's on a strong alliance that's getting ranking points, right?
I like these numbers. I think 500 won't be uncommon at Worlds, but I think it'll still be. I mean,
It's gonna be hard.
even most like the playoff matches like we have here, we're below 500. So I think it really is reserved for those elite teams that can put the points up.
Best of the best.
Best of the best. Cream of the crop.
Now here's a question, because in years past when they've raised thresholds for states or worlds, it always becomes a thing at off seasons. What number do you think most off seasons are going to go? Are they going to go with the district numbers, the champs, or the district champ numbers, or the world champ numbers for the ranking point thresholds?
I mean district, but it probably could depend on the off season.
Like IRI probably would go with worlds, maybe, right?
If I was IRI, I'd go with worlds or maybe district champs, but
maybe Kettering All Star too if that event's back.
Yeah. But for your standard run of the mill
Districts.
off season, probably districts, yeah. Or no, never mind. I had an idea, but it was a bad idea. And for once in my life, I'm not gonna say it.
All right, we're gonna leave the viewers in suspense.
Team update 22, G403. Tell me about it, Ian.
Yeah, so not only did we update those ranking point thresholds, right, but there were 2 kind of major rule changes. We kind of were already talking about it earlier without just speaking about it. We probably could have structured the episode a little better for that, but that's okay. That's on us. But so 2 major rule changes coming because I think the game design, and they had a whole blurb about this in the team update. They were kind of noticing some teams maybe taking advantage of going to the opposite side of the field and, disrupting things to, try to get an advantage outside the spirit of the game. So the G403 rule, for those who don't know rule numbers offhand, which is probably 99% of you, that's the rule that used to say if you completely cross the auto line in auto and touch a robot, that's a foul. Now it's been updated to say if you cross the line completely, that meaning your bumper's completely across the line, that's now a major foul, regardless of if you contact anybody. If you do contact a robot, that's an additional major per instance. So they're making that stricter.
Double major.
They're trying to crack down on trying to disrupt auto paths. Maybe it sounds like if some people allegedly had done that in the past.
Who?
And then likewise, they also updated the G211 rule, which is the one that says for egregious or exceptional violations, where it basically added a part that says if you're violating a rule and getting a yellow card in what could be your last match, whether that be the last qualification match in the lower bracket of the round or of the double elimination, or like the finals 2 or 3 where you're down, and you're basically getting a yellow card, and it's just so to try to give you another chance. There's going to be increased scrutiny on, well, maybe that's a red card that you're kind of, you're taking advantage
trying
of,
to play the game,
throwing a Hail Mary
in
to
the
try
wrong
to
way.
stop it, right? So I don't know, Nate, Jason, you got thoughts on these rule changes?
I don't know why they didn't make 403 that way from the start. Like, if they didn't want people going to the opposite side of the field,
Well,
why wasn't it that way from the start?
I think it's just another instance of them not understanding how the games could be played before
I guess so,
it.
yeah.
I mean, they probably assumed that, teams might cross the outer line, but we don't want to punish them just for crossing the line.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then
it's like, it's all the balls are over there. We're going to try to get as many balls as we can, right? They're going to scoop. And that's what, Trobots was doing. They're scooping right underneath the opponent's hub to get those balls. So,
Yeah. Well, if I recall, don't quote me on this. We probably should pull up the game manual or the team update to read this. But I believe when they were explaining the rule change for 403, they had mentioned that, yeah, like you were kind of saying, Jason, originally they had left it like that to say, hey, like if you cross the line, it's okay. We're not trying to punish you for that, especially if there's no one there, right? Like if your auto just goes a little stray, or like maybe a la 2024, I believe it was, right? Like if you just rush to get the note, like if you want to run and get the fuel really, really quick and maybe risk it. Like,
sure. Yeah. Well,
they were hoping that could be within the spirit of the rules, but then there was just, I guess, maybe a little bit too much abuse of that.
yeah, there's
leniency.
simply too much abuse, so they had to
yeah,
crack down.
That's never going to happen again in any other game. Thanks, guys. You ruined it for everybody.
Speaking of worlds, we got divisions already.
Yeah, how about that? Where we have divisions out before we record an episode.
Nice. All right.
I was like, yes.
How are we looking here? We got, all right, so going down in alphabetical order. If you don't know, the fields are ordered in alphabetical order.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the one giant line.
Something right. Something
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, something that makes sense.
You know what wasn't in order? The pits at states. What kind of sense did that make?
Wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. Especially what field was it? Which one was the bees on?
Hemi.
Hemi? Okay, that one. No,
Lost in
it
the
was
lower
it was
bracket.
consumers then. Consumers didn't make sense. It was like, here's your first set of teams, and then we're gonna go up here. Here's your next set of teams, and then we're gonna go over here. Here's them, and then they're gonna jump down and go over here, and then they're gonna go back over here, finish that over here, and then
Okay.
this little chunk over here.
I will say.
Huh?
I will say. I think for a hemi-semi, it made a little sense because I guess I didn't really look at the. No, they were in.
You guys were
numerical
fine.
order.
Yeah, you guys were fine because you guys did
Which is
like
one straight
33 and like Chucktown, and then all the entire rows
Yeah.
up. That
Okay.
one made the most sense.
Okay.
Consumers crazy. DTE made sense. He goes up and then up again, and then Aptive was a little wacky too.
So this is one
Why?
of my things that I just get. I'm just so genuinely baffled that this made it through the pipeline. It's when events do not do the pits in numerical order.
Yeah.
It baffles me. Like I know why. I get what they're trying to do.
What are they trying to do?
Well, they're trying to make it so, the teams are intermingled.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, the veteran teams are by the rookie teams to
yeah,
help
the
them out
veteran
easier.
teams are all.
But I want to be able to find a team when I can.
Exactly.
You know, I want to, like, my scouts are always like,
It
I
is
can't
not.
find this team. Where are they?
It is not that deep.
No.
Like it just blows my mind that is a thing that I go to the pits. Sometimes as a ref, I go to the pits looking for a team, and I'm like,
Where are they?
Where are they?
where are they?
Yeah.
Now, just
Well-
to be clear, you're saying this more so in the context of just like intentional, like for everybody, because there are some instances where like a team will be moved to an end based on a special need situation.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
a team
Or
member,
like a
sister
sister
teams will get
teams.
paired together.
And like that's like,
fine.
That's like
Yeah,
whatever.
I'm okay with that.
That's like whatever.
Yeah.
Because you can manage that. That's totally manageable.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's just, there's been like 2 times this season I go to the pits looking for a team, and like I go to the pit admin, I look at the sheet and I go, why is it in numerical order? Why?
Yeah.
They're numbers.
No, wait. Here, scan this QR code.
You have
to
you
pull up
have
the
an
event.
assortment of numbers. Why wouldn't you put them in numerical order? This is like if you made all your event attendees go outside in the rain to get to lunch. It makes no sense. It completely baffles me.
We around.
We around.
I will say on that, Jace, too, I think from a ECVC perspective, there has been a push to try to stay in numerical order more often. I might be hallucinating this, but I think there's been a push for that, not only for ease of the teams, but also for like safety reasons or emergency reasons, like for your, like forget just going to scouting or for queuing, like if there's a medical emergency or an emergency where we need to locate somebody,
Yeah.
you need to know where it is.
Right.
Just make
So
it easy.
Make it
Just
easy. Put it in
this is the
order.
thing.
Yeah.
Just do what you expect.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that well. It's just, it's Occam's razor, right?
Make
It's
it
just
make sense.
do whatever makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Numbers. Anyways,
So champs.
It's champs divisions. Yeah.
Rush and Symbiotics on Archimedes. We got Brett on there too with
Archimedes.
Strike Force, Robostangs, Spartan Robotics, Upper Creek, Red Thunder.
Jesus.
Archimedes looks pretty good. I mean, shoot, they all look like awesome. You can pick out a couple of teams from
that's
each one and be
quite
like,
the
yeah, they're
field.
coming out.
That's
yeah,
quite
I
the
know.
field to give the bad stands to, and the bad screens.
Oh yeah, because that
that's
screen's
true.
mounted on the wall, right?
They're
You guys don't get a 4
They're
block.
perpendicular to the field.
They're above the field. Yeah.
Well, the long screens are above the field. The score screens are, but the video screens
The
are
video
perpendicular
screens,
to the field.
Yeah.
And maybe
Oh, yeah, those
maybe
good, yeah.
maybe this rant is best saved for afterworlds.
Nah, let it out,
But
baby.
I have
Yeah, we got to push an hour, baby. Come on, let it out.
it blows my mind that this is their capstone event, and they let things like this happen. Okay, if you haven't had the privilege of going to Worlds, it is not a good experience on Saturday.
Yeah, like
That's true.
reviewing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It-
tough.
Einstein is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It is, first of all, 80% of the audience can't even see the field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are relying on the video monitors to display the action on Einstein energy and mass.
Massive.
And so you know what they do? They go, okay, this is them in the boardroom. They go, okay, we got to work with this convention center layout. 80% of the people aren't even going to be able to see the actual robots. You know what we should do? We should put these tiny ass screens so that they can watch them off of. Huh? What? The screens at MSC were like
Yeah.
exponentially bigger.
Yeah,
Sorry,
true.
than the screens at Worlds. It actually is. It just it blows my mind. It blows my mind. Okay, here's the layout if you haven't seen it. So the three middle fields at Worlds, they got the whole shebang. They got the big bleachers and they got they got the big screens to display the action, which are still not that big. Let me just say.
Not when you compare it to State's not as big, I don't think.
Oh
right?
no, those screens are tiny.
Yeah.
Well, and by the middle, they do like kind of 4
Yeah.
screens on each of the corners, right? And then
Like,
by
yeah,
the end, it starts going down to
right.
2.
They're in diamond. So in the middle, there's like 3 sets of diamond screens. Okay, in between energy and mass. On the ends, energy and mass, and in the middle.
Yeah.
But all the fields extending from those have these tiny screens hung up perpendicular to the fields. Okay, now they have the score screens, which I love. I've always loved the screens they use for match score. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Whoever thought of that, you're a genius.
Yeah, it's like a
You're
floating
great.
score bar.
But it's just like, why even bother?
Yeah.
It just makes me so upset every time I go there.
The last time we were there in 24, I think we had to go get our seats like 45 minutes early to actually like get, and we were still like another field away.
Oh yeah,
from
you
the
can't
main
even
field.
see. It's not even like, oh, like it's really far away. It's you straight up. It is occluded.
Yeah,
You cannot
can't
see.
and like that's just an issue with I think a lot of games too, where it's like if you're not dead center in the field, if you're not sitting dead center of the field, you're not gonna get a good view, right? Even if you're like in line with one of the driver stations.
Yeah.
It just kind of sucks to see, right? Especially with the hub this year, right? The hub takes up a lot of vision of the field, right?
I just always feel so bad for students because they put in so much energy and work, and they go to the world championship, and only to not be able to watch the final matches.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's why Michigan had 25 declines this time.
It's just not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, with the amount of time, energy, and money, and just overall resources that go into going to Houston,
Yeah. That's a lot.
compared to the experience that you get out of it, it's just not worth it for a lot of teams anymore.
Yeah.
And
At least
I
not every
completely
year.
understand why teams would decline to go.
Yeah. Not every year. Yeah. It's tough. So on Curie, we got Cheesy Poops, Neutrons. Torbots, Strike Zone, Valor, High Rollers, Cheesy Poops definitely winning that field. I think 125 is cooking this year as well, so that'll be interesting.
Go Blue Trons.
You guys say Daily or Dally? Daily, Dally?
It's
I say
daily.
yeah, I think Daly's correct.
Oh, oops.
I always say Daly though.
And on the Daily field, High Tide, Madtown, they're going to team up and smoke everybody again. Rebel Jackets are there. We'll see if they can make a deep run in their playoffs. Galileo, we got the crew represent. We got Link, 5895. I think that's Petty Robotics.
Team Appreciate.
2468. Yep. And Orbit. Orbit, not the highest EPA on that field. Kind of surprised because they've had a really good robot for the last several years.
Well,
They've
for
had an
the teams out of
interesting-
Israel, the EPA might be a little funky.
That's
right
fair. Yeah, they've
now.
had a very interesting and unfortunate season for Israel. So I'm very happy that they can make it to Houston this year. But yeah, that's a good point. Their EPA might be low. Hopper, OP Robotics, Wind and Wind Up, Mechanical Advantage, Ratchet Rockers, Night Vision's down there. Chris isn't here. I miss you, Chris. OP Robotics, definitely excited to see
he's
them
still
again. They won Ontario with Symbotics. They are fully functioning, single turret, fast. Gonna kick some butt. Johnson. I don't know any of those teams.
Hot.
Robonauts,
118.
Bees, Hot, Hackbots,
Brave
Bravebots,
Bots.
Engine Nerds.
Engineers.
For reference for the
9483.
viewers, when Nate says he doesn't know any of
Hot.
those teams, we have a list of teams up that we're kind of referring to. We didn't memorize them.
I wrote those down. I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely know those. No, we're just old. Tide's turning.
Okay,
Like different
so
teams are coming.
Let's talk about everyone's favorite limes. Citrus. Are they back for blood?
Milstein.
Milstein.
Sorry. Roboteers.
Okay, so
Dipoles. Hawaiian Kids. Citrus Circuits.
you think they're
Zoobotics.
You think they're coming back for blood
Yeah.
after losing their Einstein streak?
I mean, I don't know if they're coming back for blood like in a they're like really upset and want to get back to it way, but I just feel like they're a team that every year they're just gonna. If there's a team you're gonna bet on, I mean,
They will be on Einstein.
Citrus Circuits is right up there too, right?
They will be on Einstein. I don't think their field is strong enough to win.
Mike Corsetto. A lot of people try to be Mike Corsetto.
There's no replace.
I'm thinking of a few people in my head right now.
No replacement.
But there's no
#1.
replacement. There's no replacement for the course. He's just good. Even when he complains about the distribution of fuel being a little lopsided on the field.
We all do that sometimes.
Nah, it's all in good fun, man. We love you.
Newton, to round it out, we got Bare Metal, Spam, Jack in the Bot, Cyber Knights, Quicksilver, Greybots, Robo Wranglers, and 818.
There's gonna be some good matches, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Citrus Circuits will be on Einstein for sure. I don't know how far Milstein's gonna make it. Milstein.
Who do you think is better, Citrus or Rush?
Rush. No question. It's Rush.
Citrus definitely had him in the first half of the season.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
but
there was a lot of
Rush-
good clones from them, right? Strike Zone is a clone of Citrus, yeah.
And you know what I really, really like about Rush is that they changed their shooter like midway through the season. But it's funny to me because it's like they like went to their first competition and I think maybe they changed it after their regional, and they were like, "Yeah, it's not good enough. We gotta change it up." Okay, I have one more thing to say about pits and
Yeah.
certain teams getting certain positions. I want to get back to, but I don't want to interrupt this any more than I did.
I think Daly looks good with High Tide and Madtown, of course. Curry also really strong with Cheesy Poofs and Neutrons. Archimedes, it's going to be tough to know who Rush wants to take because you got Symbiotics, you got Bread, you got Strike Force. They got a lot of options there. It's really going to depend on who's going to make that 500 ranking point. Rush is definitely going to. They've hit 500 several times in past qualification matches, even not at states. So I think they'll be able to do that easily.
Look, so I think Rush is just easily. I think they're just the best team in Michigan.
Yeah.
Not even just this year. I think just overall, like just over time, they are just consistently, at least in the past like 6 to 8 years.
Like the times we've been inactive in the program, especially, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I guess it was ever since post COVID, they've just been top tier. Now they've always been a top tier team. Everyone knows that, but it's just robot wise, they're just
2023,
ass.
24, yeah.
I mean, 2022 easily the best robot in the state.
25.
We should
25 is
actually
okay.
shout out really quick.
25 was okay.
I was wearing the Rush shirt in the last episode. I should have done it again. But Rush, I think, did something we might never see again at states this year.
How's that?
They won their field.
Oh, yeah.
They won FIMstein. They won Impact.
So
By the way, they're already a Hall of Fame team, but they won Impact at the state championship. They won a Woody Flowers finalist award.
Quadruple blue banner.
They quad bannered. You can't do better than that. I think that's the first time we've really ever seen that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And to top it all off, their student that advanced for the first leadership award also is advancing to participate for that at the World Championship. So literally anything they could win,
they won.
They won. They got the
Give them
most
that ring,
prestigious
baby.
award. They
Aaron
won all
Donald.
their fields. They got their Woody. They got their Dean's List.
They want the
Look,
Super Bowl ring now, baby.
It's like at a certain point, love them or hate them.
They're the best.
You just got to acknowledge that
Yeah.
they have the resources to do all that.
Yeah.
But we'll see what they can do at Worlds. I definitely think they're a front runner going into it. But they got a lot of good teams to pick from.
It's like you know, when they're thinking about like all the opening speeches during states and stuff, they're like, oh, DT, we're the best field.
And they went long, by
we're
the
the
way.
best field, blah, 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 best field, stuff like that. States is done now, right? Now it's like, we're Michigan, you know? We got to stick together. We're the best. So, you know.
Well, California's kind of the best.
No, we're the best, Ian.
We the best.
Michigan, got to stick together. We're sending our best 80-some teams, right? So,
Well,
Raj,
except for the
whoever
20 that
makes it to
declined, but
whoever makes it to FIMstein, right? We're just cheering for them. We got a whole state behind their back with the most teams, 500 teams, right? We the best. So Michigan got to stick together. As long as we get a Michigan team down on Einstein finals and win, we got it. We're good.
true. Aside from my side comments, you know, I do whenever I'm watching Worlds, whether it be at the venue or at home. Even in 2023 when my team was on Einstein, you know, you're just rooting the whole rest of the way where it's like, what alliances still have Michigan teams
Yeah,
on them?
yep.
Like, we want to see them.
Yeah, it doesn't
pull it
matter.
out.
Rush,
Get
Crew,
fired up.
Hot,
Get
Steel
fired
Armadillos.
up.
Yeah. Go get them, man. Before I forget, though, I do want to shout out from the States because I forgot to do it in the intro. Zoe had me and Ian sign her fuel from Hollywood. So shout out, Zoe. That was cool. Great pictures. Saw some of those pictures.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy from the Flying Octopi. He stopped me to say that we had a great podcast while I was trying to walk to the opening
team.
ceremony fields. I wish I could chat with you more,
team.
man. But yeah, cool team, cool branding. Flying Octopi guy. Zebrotix, yep.
Zebrotix.
Dom. Cat Seal.
We got anything else on World? I guess I'm curious to see if we see eye protection and people are grinding on metal things again with their.
Oh my God! Don't
We
get
around.
me started about the closing ceremonies.
All right, cut it
Look.
there. No.
Before we go to our outro, did you want to circle back and talk about?
Oh, yeah,
pits?
more pit
No,
stuff.
I think that one. I think that needs to be the outro.
Ah, you just rage baited.
Well, thank you for us for joining. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Insta. It's at @podcast_official.
TikTok at that same handle too, I believe. Yep.
Comment down below who you think is going to win it all in Houston. A couple of us will be there. Myself, Chris, and Owen will all be there. If you see us, say hi. And don't forget, get our merch at shop.pitpodcast.com, powered by Blue Arc Apparel. Tell me why, even when the pits are randomized, certain teams still get the best pit spots every year.
Why? Why, Jason?
I don't know. It's just, oh, look, these random, they've been in that same spot that's the closest to the field for the past 3 years of the randomized pits. I wonder.
Mystery.